So let's start where the money's going. Dallas, where the Cowboys had one of the best comeback wins you'll ever see. Dallas was down by 20 in the first quarter and 15 in the fourth, but Dak Prescott led them back with 2 touchdowns. You hear that, Acho? With under 5 minutes left to cut Atlanta's lead to 2. Then the Cowboys recovered an onside kick while the Falcons just watched. A couple plays later, Dak hit CeeDee Lamb for a 24-yard pass that helped set up the game-winning field goal. So, Acho, I've been waiting for this moment. Did Dak earn a contract from the Cowboys in the win over the Falcons yesterday?
Dak Prescott played a great game, Marcellus.
I don't like when you push away. That's bad body language. What you mean?
No.
Accept this.
He didn't. He didn't earn a contract yesterday. But he didn't earn a contract yesterday not because he didn't play well. Y'all bear with me. This isn't a hot take. He didn't earn a contract yesterday because Dak Prescott didn't do anything that we haven't seen before. But I'm going to start the show with this because when I'm in the dressing room getting ready for this show, I tune into the herd. And every now and then, Colin says something that I can't twist into my own words. I just have to say it the way he said it.
Yeah.
Colin said, he said about an hour ago, yes, this is plagiarism, but I'm citing my sources, MLA format.
Okay.
Collins, he said this. He said, if my kid runs into the street but doesn't get hit by a car, I'm not going to praise him for not getting hit by a car. I'm still going to be like, bro, you ran into the street. What are you doing? So I'm not going to praise the Dallas Cowboys for winning a game that they really shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. Now, what I will say is this. Dak Prescott, 400 yards passing, phenomenal job. Grit, determination, leadership, excelling even in spite of terrible coaching. I'm going to get to that later. But Dak Prescott, Marcellus, since 2016, he has the most game-winning drives.
Okay.
We knew Dak Prescott can have a game-winning drive. Dak Prescott, top 5 passer last year in the National Football League. I know Dak Prescott can pass for a lot of yards. But I have to ask myself, Marcellus, why are the Cowboys always playing from behind?
Oh, really? Always is the word? That's the choice word?
If you have the most game-winning drives, there's a reason. Yeah. Remember, last week, the Seattle Seahawks played the same Atlanta Falcons team. They didn't play with their food. This week, the Dallas Cowboys, they needed the Atlanta Falcons to do something no NFL team in the Super Bowl era has done. Score 39 points with no turnovers and lose. The Cowboys needed that for you to now come up here and say Dak Prescott deserves a new contract.
Don't tell me what I'm saying.
He don't deserve a new contract for that performance. Was it a quality performance? Yes. Did Dak Prescott make some incredible throws? Absolutely. Did the Cowboys team show grit? Did they show determination? No doubt about it. But I'm going to tell you in my second lap why what we saw yesterday is actually nothing to write home about.
Oh, wow. Dak earned a contract yesterday, but you're late to the party if you're saying, did he earn it yesterday? No, that was just a reminder of what he's earned and what he's going to be owed going forward. So I can answer this and say yes, but I've been saying yes. And that's why you're so defensive right now, because you knew that these shots were going to come right at you at that broach level, right at the heart.
Like Neo in the Matrix. I'm dodging them, just like Neo.
Right. Well, here's the red pill, Neo. You need to take this one, not the blue one next time. You gave me one of the coldest, slowest takes that I've ever heard Acho give, and it's in part because you were in makeup, watching the herd, and not doing your thing, focusing on your food, preparing your meal. Dak Prescott did go out there and do something he's never done before, and that was something you said in that cold, slow, freezing take right there. Dak Prescott went out there, and what did he do? Had 400 yards passing over and 3 rushing touchdowns. Since that's never been done in NFL history, I think that's the first time Dak even did it, right? So this is something new, even in terms of complexion of how he won. But how did he win?
Winning has complexion. Winning is light skin or dark skin. Okay, winning is white or black.
I didn't say it was racial complexion.
Come on, Marcellus.
I'm just saying all wins don't look the same, brother.
That's
do they?
Fair. That's fair.
And Dak Prescott gave you a win in a way that he's never done it before. Look at this situation, Acho, and Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and Dak Prescott have all said, I am a Cowboy for life. He is a Cowboy for life. So when all of those parties, all those principles have agreement on it, the only thing they haven't agreed on are the terms. And the terms of this contract continue to rise to the top. Let me tell you why.
Please.
He only needs comps in the high rent district. And last time I checked in the high rent district, Deshaun Watson is not necessarily having his best start to a season.
Also played 2 of the best teams in the NFL.
Hey, you ain't lying there. That's a bad draw, but it's still, if you get paid that much, you got to overcome it. Kirk Cousins is not necessarily having the best start to this season, and he's in the high-rent district. And if you really want to look at it, your boy, Money Green over there, Philadelphia Eagles, Carson Wentz is not having the best start to this season. So when you talk about Dak wanting his money's going to be higher than we even ever anticipated.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mistake I make in life is that I actually listen to Marcellus.
Oh.
Marcellus, you told me on Friday you don't give credit to a bad student who takes an easy test.
Yes.
The Atlanta Falcons are an easy test.
So?
7-9 last year.
They won their last 4 and 6 of the last 8.
After they fired 3 coaches in November and then have fired another 2 in the offseason.
Don't say they weren't hot.
But let me get to my point.
Okay.
Marcellus, the Atlanta Falcons were an easy test. The Atlanta Falcons last week to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson had just as many touchdowns as incompletions.
Yeah.
That is a phenomenal game. That's a game where you go, oh, man, that quarterback, he did his thing. But this same Dak Prescott, the Cowboys didn't look the same. Now, again, missing both offensive tackles. He overcame that. Overcame 3 first quarter, if not 4 first quarter turnovers. Overcame a fake punt in the first quarter. Dak Prescott, he did overcome a lot. But here's what I mean when I say Cowboys fans, require more of yourselves. Cowboys fans, require more of yourselves than this. Think about this. 2017. Dak Prescott led the NFL in game-winning drives. He had 4 of them. I had to go back and do my homework because contrary to what you said 3 minutes ago, Acho prepared for this show. Let's talk about the preparation.
Let's go.
2017, Dak Prescott, 4 game-winning drives. So I said, Marcellus, who were they against?
Oh, here you go.
They were against the Cardinals, finished that year 8-8. They were against the Giants, finished that year 3-13. They were against the Raiders, finished that year 6-10. And they were against the Eagles, the last game of the season. The Eagles already had everything locked up. Eagles played Nate Sudfeld as their quarterback for the dominant game, and Dak Prescott won 6-0, if y'all remember. We've seen Dak do this before.
Right.
We've seen Dak Prescott beat average to below average teams. Again, 2017, he'd had game-winning drives. An 8-8 team, a 3-13 team, a 6-10 team. Congratulations, Dak. We've seen you do that before. But Jerry saw him do that before and still didn't pay him. So if you, Marcellus, are now going to look at Dak Prescott beating the Atlanta Falcons, who they competed from a fear of failure as opposed to a desire to excel. Let's look no further than that onside kick. If you're going to look at Dak Prescott coming back against this Falcons team who gave that game away, and if that's going to be your bargaining chip, it's just not very strong. That's my problem. It's just not very strong. Dak had 3 400-yard games last year, Marcellus. Dak didn't show us anything we haven't seen before. Dak can light up a stat sheet. Dak is going to be great on your fantasy team. Dak can kill it in the box score. But I'm just not going to sit here and say, because they beat the Falcons, and not convincingly, Marcellus, because they beat the Falcons, you're now going to say, heck yeah, Dak deserves his money. You, along with Cowboy fans, y'all deserve more than that.
First of all, don't separate me from Cowboy fans, since I am a Cowboy fan, in part because my father's the biggest Cowboy fan in the world, and I was forced to love the Cowboys growing up.
And they cut you a check.
And they cut me a big check. An unearned check, still unrealized in terms of what I gave them. But see, I just come to realize who you really are. You're a guy who plays it safe. You're a guy that buys into security to the point where you may even sacrifice your own optimal success. Interesting, Acho. I always clown you about your contract here and say you did buy into security. You lean into security instead of what I lean into, which is getting mine. Security over there, safe bet. Hey, I got it, guys. All right, I don't have to worry. Woo, no more sleepless nights versus, hey, I'm not staying up all night because I know I am seeking what is mine. Getting yours is more important than what you try to say, which is security. Kirk Cousins has led the NFL since Dak has been in the league in terms of making the most amount of money. And Dak Prescott is saying, I'm going to follow what Kirk Cousins has done. Because no one has ever let it leave their lips that Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback in the game.
Absolutely.
But since Dak has been a professional football player, Kirk Cousins has made the most. So Dak Prescott sits there and says, I could be like Acho and just take any contract they give me, which is a Carson Wentz, Jared Goff contract, which sounds amazing to most people named Acho. But to a guy named Wiley, I'm like, Dak, the numbers keep going up. Bet on yourself. And speaking of the numbers, this is a guy who, once again, is 3rd in the NFL in terms of passing yards. This is a guy who has 0 interceptions, 4th all-time quarterback rating. How are you slighting that?
Do the Redskins, do you think they're like, man, I wish we had Kirk Cousins after he put up 3 interceptions, no tugs, and 70, 80 yards yesterday.
You think last year they didn't want to say that? You didn't want to say that? You didn't want to say that last year?
But I'm saying,
stabilizing that franchise.
You think there's a regret? Case Keenum was 11-3. What stabilization are you talking about? Case Keenum was 11-3 in 2017. Here's my point. My point is this. My point is very simple. The Cowboys and Dak Prescott, you're still not sure. What did you learn about the Dak Prescott yesterday? What did you learn about the Cowboys yesterday?
I got this.
Please, I'm waiting for a good answer.
First of all, you have a new head coach who's integrating into a new system that you just met a month ago. And you came out and talk about a tough draw to get the Rams. And people like you keep thinking the Rams are sorry. Because they backpedaled to a 9-7.
Are they elite yet? We don't know if they're elite.
What were they before?
So I should have interrupted you. Go ahead.
The year before?
I interrupted a bad point, so continue making it.
What were they the year before? What were the Rams before a 9-7 year? And that was a backpedaling year for that team. And then they lose to that team by 3 points. Then you get the Falcons, who are trying to self-correct from their loss to Seattle, and then you beat that team. What did you learn? Dak Prescott can lead his boys. Dak Prescott is resilient. That this situation right now, once it gets on track, can be a positive situation. You've known this, and I've seen this. Every time you watch film, or as a collective, when you look back at a season, you can point to a moment or two and say that's what galvanized us. What you learned yesterday is you have a potential galvanizing moment for a team that needs to find attraction under a new head coach.
The operative word there is potential. Again, Dak Prescott, he puts up great numbers. Yesterday.
That's not potential.
Yesterday was great numbers. Yesterday he led the team to a comeback win. But Marcellus, look at the history. Dak has had 4 touchdown games before.
You're using that against him?
No.
I don't understand your point.
But here's my point. He's had 6 of them. The 5 previous, prior to yesterday, none were against playoff teams. We're going to look back, Marcellus, in 12 weeks and see the Falcons are 6-10. And are you really going to count the Cowboys' 1-point win over a 6 or 10-10, 7-9 Falcons as something to hang your hat on? You, along with Cowboys fans, have to deserve more. What I'm saying is this.
Be who's in front of you. Be who has a different color on than you. Ain't my fault I'm in the same division as Washington and the Giants. And
you know as good as I, it's not just that you win, it is how you win. And you know that. The Seahawks are winning convincingly. This win against the Falcons was not convincing.
What are they playing for? BCS ranking? Who cares how you get there if you get there? You acting like, at the end, the committee's going to say, well, you know what? You move up a couple of rankings. This is a situation where Dak Prescott found himself down in the fourth quarter and was the guy that put them on his Dak, not his back, his Dak, and led that team to a victory. But you want to discount
I don't want to. But we have to look at the whole picture. Remember in the first quarter when Dak fumbled the ball to allow the Falcons to go up 14-0? Are we just going to sit here and act like he put him in the hole, he got him out the hole? Thank you. But I'm not just going to ignore the fact that there was a hole that Dak, Zeke, the tight end Schultz, that all those players put them in and just be like, okay, well, y'all got us out of it, so kudos to y'all for getting us out of it. Remember, y'all put us in the hole.
Yes.
The only point I am making is
Finally, we get to your only point.
No. The only point I'm making is this. You cannot sit here and only give credit to someone for getting you out of a hole that they helped put you in. Russell Wilson, last week, 4 touchdowns, 4 incompletions, no hole, convincing victory, convincing game.
And that's why he makes the most.
Dak Prescott, this game was convincing at the end. Yes, 400 yards passing. All I'm saying is this. We've seen Dak do this before. 2017, he did it.
Hey, we've seen Russell Wilson do what he's doing right now before, and I'm going to get to that in the next block. The point of it is, Patrick Mahomes makes the most because he just leapfrogged Russell Wilson. Deshaun Watson makes more than Russell Wilson now. Oh, wait a minute. Is Dak doing something better than Deshaun Watson right now? Actually, he is. But you keep betting on the security. Your whole premise, and this is flawed, is because Dak doesn't have a deal that Dak hasn't convinced him that he deserves a deal. He's already turned down reportedly $35 million, and the tag keeps going up for Dak Prescott. His floor is $37 million in the franchise tag. His floor is what Jerry already offered him at $35. How is that a failure?
Remember, Marcellus, what happened yesterday? Who went in the game? The Cowboys.
He got concussed.
He potentially did. He didn't get concussed.
He potentially did.
He potentially did.
And he came back.
You're sitting here banking on the fact that actually won't happen again. Dak hasn't missed a game because of injury, sir. Dak hasn't really missed a snap because of injury. But yesterday, what happened? He missed time because of injury. Wow. Again, all I'm saying is this. Criticize me for playing it safe, but that money is in my hand.
And you know what's so funny? On one part of your argument, you tell me, hey, man, he's done this before, so bet on what he's done. Bet on his history and don't bet on something new because nothing new came. But then you try to bring up an injury to scare Dak to live in some fear, some anxiety, because he's never been hurt before. And it may happen. You know what may happen? Him actually getting
Was the
paid.
Falcons an easy test? At least give me that, because you said the same thing on Friday. You talked about easy tests.
I want to say yes. My projections are the Falcons are not going to be that good, but they finished the season strong last year, and coming to this year, they had some.
So at least admit to me that
I ain't doing
you're
jack.
giving Dak Prescott credit for acing an easy test.
It's not an easy test.
You just said the Falcons were an easy test.
I also said that they won 6 of their last 8. Is that an easy test?
Hey, no. See, now you're talking about both sides of the mouth.
I gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go to break. You gotta go to break because I got him against these ropes.